Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers. If you haven't done so, call your dad up. Give him a hug. Take him to lunch. Or better yet, take him to the track. Today is mandatory Pick 6 day at Santa Anita. There will be millions of dollars in the pool to be had. Great opportunity to go hang out with your sons, your dads, spend some quality time at the track, and maybe walk home with stacks of cash in the process. We're going to break form a little bit today, do something I don't normally do, which is I'm going to kind of dive into my handicapping process a little bit. I do not like to make picks for people. It's not what we do at tripnotepros.com. My job is to watch all the replays for you and save you the 5 to 8 hours of time that it would take to do it. But I don't like to give opinions. I think handicapping is intellectual. Get in a room with 10 sharp guys, you might get 5 or 6, maybe even more opinions in the race. Come up with your own opinion. But what we're doing is watching the replays for you. And we'll get into that with number 9 here in a minute. But as you can see at the top of my form, I've got 9-1 here. Those would be my A selections. Number 1, Elianak. Not going to get beat by this one. This horse is probably either going to win or run out. An obvious giveaway dropping from the maiden special weight off the layoff as a first-time gelding. A very fast work on April 23rd, followed up by a nice slow one, which I love to see. That's a great work pattern to me. Shows the speed and the talent, then also shows some fitness and an ability to rate. So will not be getting beat by the 1. I also had good notes on the 3, 4, 5, and 8 in this race. The 3 should enjoy the cutback, was ranked last time routing. Cutback makes perfect sense. The 4, Besame Mucho, was not quick away from the gate, but was pressed in between horses all the way around the track, did all the heavy lifting, put away the other speed, only to get overhauled and outrun in the late stages. It was a winning race. Obvious negative here is the loss of Mark Glad, who has been white hot. No disrespect to Chuck Treese, but Mark Glad has been exceptionally hot this meeting. You'll notice that little green dot with a circle around it. You might be wondering what that is. That, to me, signifies first-time gelding. So good to be putting information into your PPs to help you along your way. That's what I'm doing there. The Boss Hardy, L102, you'll see I have written down there. That's slight late running, strong outside bias for me. That's what I'm writing in my form to let me know that this one was down inside and ran against the bias. Had some discomfort with the track as well. Let's move along here to number 9, Westfall. That's my top pick. Nothing shows up in the running line. Completely vanilla running line, was 6th all the way around. But what you don't see is everything. This one got pushed around a little bit at the start, lost his ability to show quickness and speed, and then hated the kickback. Absolutely hated it. Some horses will slightly descend when hit with it. Others get completely discouraged, and that was the case here with Westfall. Lost all kinds of ground on the backstretch, basically lost all chance, and then galloped out near the front of the pack. So these are the kinds of notes that we're writing about at tripnotepros.com. If you haven't already done so, head to the website, opt in. We send highlights to our members for free Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and we also communicate with them to let them know where they can get entire meetings for free. Kudos to Santa Anita and Keeneland this year. They've been exceptional partners to work with. We wrote all trips and the entire meetings for them, and we offered them up to anybody that had opted in. So make sure you get in there and do that. tripnotepros.com. Take you 30 seconds. Oh, there's my daughter hanging out with Emily Ellingwood. How great is this? Go take a picture with a jockey today. How cool is that? If you want to see Tom Brady and take a photo, good luck. But if you want to see a pro jock that'll take the time to sit and hang out and take a picture with you, Santa Anita is the place to be. Race number 7, moving along. I got 2 A's in this race, Avenue, and number 7. I'm not going to try and pronounce that name. Avenue, crowded in the stretch, as you can see right there in the PPs. But what you don't see is that this one galloped out huge. Don't believe me, go watch the replay for yourself. This one galloped out, sprinted away from the others, except for the winner. These two, Shadow Sphinx and Avenue, were far, far in front of the pack after the race. And then number 7, I'll just say Operandi. Terrible trip last time. In between, all the way around the track, which for 12 furlongs is not a good place to be, was in tight. Really just a terrible, terrible place to be. Red King, I tweeted about him. He ran on the same lead, which nobody's going to pick up on, for 8 out of the, or rather for 10. Oh, no, that's right. Correct. 8 out of the 10 furlongs last time. Only switched leads when implored to do so by Cedillo on the backstretch. So if this one can get a thoughtful ride by his partner and switch leads all the way around that 1.75-mile journey in the San Juan Capistrano, which, by the way, is probably the best race in the country, in my opinion, to watch, then he has a chance to move up. And Dean Martini, who did have a good trip last time, in my opinion, that's the red circle with the T on it, signifying good trip for me and a downgrade. But I think he's the speed of the speed and could control the race and potentially go wire to wire. There's my other daughter, Clarabella, hanging out with Smokin' Joe. Love Smokin' Joe, good and decent guy. Had to cut out the boyfriend, though. Loser. Race 8, spread for me. Not going to get into this race. Didn't really care for it, to be quite honest with you. Had some good notes on a few of these runners, and then some others that I just wasn't going to leave off my ticket. 2, 3, 4, 9, 11, 12 for me in that race. Oh, there's my son. My son called me today. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you. I miss you. Love you too, Ost. You're the man. He's a baller, and we're going to get this done again this year as well. Dub Nation brought it home. Larry O'Brien's coming to Del Mar. Can't wait to hug that thing again. Super cool. Race number 9. I thought the 9 hero status was either a single or you go deep. Hero status ran an absolute cracker last time. He chased Hopper around the track after getting some little bit of trouble, mild shuffle into the far turn, which does not show up in the PPs, was 5+ wide all the way around the track. And as you can see, he's over 7. Whoa, where are we going there? He's over 7 lengths clear of the next horse. So he sprinted away from the others against a slight front-running bias of really a game performance and defeat. And then some others, multi-platinum. Number 1, I've got this as Baffert/McCarthy. Baffert's go-to move, you'll see this one back in May, is 5/8 gate, 5/8 gate. These are both bullets. I'd like to see those two works closer to game day, but that is a winning pattern for him. The 2, Patron de Oro. Yeah, Y3, that signifies young 3-year-old for me. That April 3rd race, he was a young 3-year-old, threw up a nice speed figure. I'm not a big speed figure guy, but I suppose if I am, it's going to be on dirt and not turf. Has every right to move up from that, and you'll see, faded, losing by 12 lengths in a very strong race, threw up the same number. So that one has a good look at a big price. And clutch hitter I won't get beat by, even though it's from a first-time trainer that, a trainer that does not do well with firsters. They paid $950 for this thing. I will not be getting beat by that one. And then we've got a couple others. We've got a Mark Glatt runner. That little 2 for me signifies he's got 2 runners in this race, hero status and one-time mark. And then the 2 that you'll see in my form down there, that means that the horse was a 2-year-old. The runner that you can't see because I'm terrible with technology is a second-time starter moving from turf to dirt that ran a winning race, got eliminated at the start, was wide all the way around, and galloped out in front. So that one's a use for me as well. 9 as a single, or potentially even going 6 deep. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. There we go again. There I am doing trip notes in the Eddie Logan. Great place to be. Chloe's Crown. This will be the last race that we look at. I'll leave the 6th and ultimate race with you guys. You got to pick that one up on your own. Chloe's Crown had a bad trip on debut, had some trouble that does not show up in the PPs, and then basically was veered out to get to a wide path, which stalled this one's progress in the lane. She did gallop out well, gets more ground today, draws well in the 11 hole. The runner that I like the most is Christie's Tiger. Christie's Tiger moves from the 1 hole, which is death, to the 12 hole, which I already got my attention. But as you see, as I wrote in the comments at Trip Note Pros, this one was absolutely wrangled all the way back to last, was given a token ride in the lane, went out of position, and then was taken to the outside rail on the gallop out and sprinted past all runners on the gallop out. She's fresh today. She's drawn well. She has more speed than what it shows on paper. I think she's going to get a good trip and hopefully surprise at a big number so I can get a nice tote filled with some blue notes for the way home from Santa Anita. Good luck today. Happy Father's Day. And remember, if you haven't done so already, head to tripnotepros.com, opt in, and get all that good information for absolutely nothing.